Hey there, Scorpio. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to your tarot card reading for October 2023 in honor of October's new moon eclipse on the 14th and full moon eclipse on the 28th. This reading explores themes of light and shadow. Once I lay out the cards, I'll identify their positions, go through their meanings, do some clarifications, and I'll also pull a couple of archetype cards to show how these double eclipses might test you this month. At the end of the reading, I'll close off with messages for additional guidance. So take with you whatever messages resonate and leave behind for others whatever does not. Okay, so Scorpio, in terms of how these double eclipses might test you this month, you have Slave and Saboteur. So for the light attributes of Saboteur, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Shadow attribute induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. For Slave, the light attribute surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attributes giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So Scorpio, it may be that this month you might be tested in terms of either reaching the goals that you are too afraid to make for yourself, or kind of like who you might kind of hand power to, possibly out of fear of having power yourself, or possibly maybe being on the receiving end of that kind of energy for like maybe someone else, possibly giving you more control because of their fear or hesitation to kind of be in that position. So first we see what needs your attention. We have here King of Pentacles. Second, we discover what's hidden by shadow. We have the Lovers. Third, we see how it can be illuminated by light. We have 8 of Pentacles. Then we reveal the truth for you to embrace. You have here the 6 of Cups. Fifth, we identify where to carefully navigate. You have the 4 of Pentacles. And finally, we explore your best path forward. We have Queen of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, the influencing energy of this reading is the Queen of Swords. So kind of, stepping into a role of making decisions, having power, wielding that power without necessarily getting getting anyone else's approval, being honest, and I'd say being fair. So let's take a look at what we have. So we have Pentacles, we have majority of Pentacles, you have Cups, Wands, and one major arcana card, which is the Lovers card, and that is hidden by shadow. So it may be that when it comes to making important decisions that might change your life drastically, whether it comes to your career, whether it comes to romance, jobs to take, the things that you commit to, it's a sense of like, perhaps how you go about that is maybe playing on certain like aspects of authority and control and who has that. So here, what needs your attention is the King of Pentacles. So Scorpio, this could be your how you're kind of like setting your goals. I think I mentioned that before, like how you set your goals, the goals that you want to make for yourself, or the goals that are out there in terms of accomplishing material wealth, abundance, and success. And here we looked already at the Lovers. This is what's hidden by shadow, possibly what you're willing to commit to, and how it can be illuminated by light. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So there might be things that you are really dedicated to, like you almost put your heart and soul into it. And it could be that this is for you to kind of figure out where you kind of like doubt yourself in being able to move forward. Like, is there a point in time where you've done something and you've dedicated so much to it only to kind of either quit or kind of put too much on your plate where you're kind of incapable of doing what you had set out to do in the first place. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the King of Pentacles and what needs your attention. We have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is down here in this truth for you to embrace. So, you know, for some of you, this might have to do with like beliefs about making money or who has control that you grew up with. Perhaps for some of you, it's kind of like what provides you even a sense of comfort. So let's take a look at the Lovers hidden in shadow. We have the Three of Pentacles. So with the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers, it's recognizing that everyone has a role to play. Everyone kind of, every relationship you have, the relationship is a result of what you both put into it. And for some of you, it could be that either you put too much into a relationship, or you kind of maybe don't want to have that kind of responsibility. Maybe trying to, like, feeling almost like childlike. Here you can see this Six of Cups. This pumpkin is wanting the Joker to like hand over this stuff, like really wanting to take on that responsibility. And here you can see in this Six of Cups, the child gets the spoon, but it looks like, you know, a father figure, someone else has control over actually pouring in the cereal into the bowl. So it could be a sense of like who is supposed to take the lead, who is supposed to kind of be the receiver, I guess. And when it comes to the Slave and Saboteur, yeah, it's more like those aspects seem to impact you, you know, possibly in all relationships that you have, employer, employee, coworkers, where, you know, maybe you, if you see that you're getting like the upper hand or more responsibility, or getting like in that power differential, having more power, it could be that you just kind of give that up because you don't want to take that responsibility on. But let's get to looking at how this situation can be illuminated by light with this Eight of Pentacles. We have here the Knight of Swords. So it is almost like, you know, there are things that you put your heart and soul into, the things that you're dedicated to, the things that you believe the things that you fight for, the things that you want to go after. It could be at some point you kind of feel that, this urge to pursue something, an urge to kind of advance forward, but might not really have a plan. And again, it could be that you enjoy what you do. You enjoy being in the moment. You enjoy what's being created. But in terms of seeing yourself in that role of being the person who makes the decision, the person that has the resources, it could be something that, you've been more on the receiving end as opposed to being the person in control. And so here, the Six of Cups reveal the truth for you to embrace. Something about your past, like something about your childhood, the way that you were raised, the way that you kind of seek balance and harmony in certain types of relationship is kind of what's behind this here. You have here the Queen of Pentacles. So you got the King of Pentacles up here. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. The best path forward is Queen of Wands, and then the influencing energy is a Queen of Swords. So it seems like this is the queens in general. It could be like having control and authority and power, but kind of using it in a way that is more unifying, more where you are like being compassionate, being considerate of other people. It could be, this is like these two cards almost like reinforce a certain idea of, roles of who is considered the provider and the protector, who is the person that kind of facilitates things, kind of make sure things go along smoothly. But here, we identify where to carefully navigate, and here is the Four of Pentacles. So here's this idea of just kind of like getting stability, kind of not barely scraping by, but just starting to understand that you can accumulate wealth and power and control. And how do you kind of deal with that? So let's take a look at this Four of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. So this is that card of power, control, who has the most toys. And so where to carefully navigate is this idea of you kind of getting enough to be independent, and then maybe possibly shying away from stepping into that role where you are the provider, you are the protector, you are you have the power. And it could be because of, ideas that you had growing up about who typically has the power, who's typically in control, and possibly, shifting those ideas, especially when the best path forward is the Queen of Wands, which is that, that card of stepping into your power, doing what you want, being a social butterfly, kind of going wherever your heart takes you, and really kind of being amazing and people being amazed by you, kind of like, how is it that you are this great, powerful force? So, and just embracing that sense of having power, and not necessarily giving that away to someone else, and wanting to make sure you're not not kind of, destroying your own chances, because there's other people that you're connected with that your success helps them to, your role model there. So let's take a look at this best path forward. We have the King of Pentacles. So Scorpio, I feel like this is really you kind of, stepping into this power here of recognizing when to take control, when to kind of be that person to say, no, it's okay to have, be looked up to. It's okay to be the one to make those decisions. There's no hierarchy police going to come in and say, no, you shouldn't be in that position. You are in the inferior role, or it's only these types of people who get ahead and have control. So I'm going to go ahead and close off here with some messages for aligning with the best version of yourself, Scorpio. But overall, I feel like these are pretty good cards, and it's just kind of taking a look at, where it is you kind of compromise what you can be in order to maybe make other people feel good, to make other people be in that role of responsibility. And honestly, if it feels like there's just too much responsibility, just tapping into this queen energy of just caring and being compassionate pretty much gets you more than halfway where you need to be. So you have here the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So it's really, again, that queen energy of if you're coming from a place of love, if you have power, if you have control, if you are the top dog, that's fine. And if you want to give someone more power and more control, you have that choice too, as long as it's not necessarily, stepping on your, I guess my grandpa used to say, step on your own dick, but I don't have one. So kind of getting in your own way, because in a way that's not necessarily showing yourself that love. And then you have this Winter card, the sacredness of pausing. So here I would say taking time to make sure that you are where you feel comfortable being. And if you're not comfortable being in a certain position, kind of consider why it is that you feel uncomfortable about being in that position. And then kind of just being honest with yourself and even the people around you about how you can be the best version of yourself and align kind of with what your goals are and what you can kind of contribute. It's almost as if all these are like I said, not bad cards, but you can kind of almost level up how good things are going for you by kind of making some slight changes in your perspective of things. So Scorpio, I hope this reading provides a helpful perspective of your month. We'll see you next time. Take care.